Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Ask the Lawyer. I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com. Today, we're going to ask the lawyer for an update on a story we told you about a little while back, and it's about electric pressure cookers. They're still very popular around the country, but unfortunately, some of them are malfunctioning, and in some cases, they can cause serious injuries. And here to give us the latest information and answer our questions is attorney George McLaughlin of the McLaughlin Law Firm based in Denver, Colorado. And he's handled hundreds of product liability cases throughout his career for people all over the United States. George, welcome back. Thank you for taking some time with us today.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
So last time we spoke, you were told us about a specific case regarding a pressure cooker where a young girl was burned because of a malfunction. Can you just recap that story for us and let us know what's going on there?
Sure. A young girl, 9 years old, was with her mother in their kitchen. They were making a stew in an electric pressure cooker, and it came the point in time when they needed to add some additional ingredients. They believed that the pressure cooker was not under pressure at the time, that it had cooled down and the pressure had been released sufficiently to safely open it. And the product itself claims that it cannot be opened when it's under pressure. And as they went to open the pressure cooker, it turned out it was under pressure. And as they turned the lid blew off, and the scalding contents spewed all over the torso and upper body of the little girl, and she was seriously burned.
And where do things stand now with that case?
That case is still pending in federal court in Colorado. It's Cooper versus Instant Brands is the title of the case. We're in the process of discovery. We are still waiting on some additional documents that the defendant has been ordered by the court to produce after a fight we had that we had to take to court and get a ruling on.
So tell us a little bit more about the case and about the issue in general. You've said before, it's not just one brand of pressure cookers that seem to have this problem, correct?
Correct. There are other brands other than this company. This company's product is called the Instant Pot, but there are other pressure cookers going under other names made by other manufacturers which appear to have similar problems. There are a number of complaints against other manufacturers. One company I can think of off the top of my head is a company called TriStar, where there have been cases against it where it was claimed that, again, as here, the user of the product believed that it was not under pressure. They went to open it and it was under pressure, and they got burned by the contents that erupted when the pressure was suddenly released. So it's not just the Instant Pot that appears to have this problem.
And you don't believe these are just a couple of very isolated cases, right?
I don't. I've received a number of documents now in the process of the Cooper case, where Instant Pot has disclosed to me a number of other incidents where consumers claimed that the product appeared to not be under pressure, or at least they believed it wasn't under pressure. They went to open it, and in spite of the claims that it can't be opened when it's under pressure, it was under pressure according to the complaint brought by the consumer. And I've seen photographs of injuries they received. So it isn't just this one pot that had this problem. There appear to be many others.
And they've sold a lot of these, correct? And are still selling them.
It's still on the market. They've updated the product with different versions of it. When you look at the model number, they call them V2 or V3, different versions. I don't yet know what all the changes between the versions were, and I don't know, what versions the problem may be limited to.
But as far as you know, there's been no recall of the ones that have already been sold, right?
There has not been any recall of the Instant Pot products for this problem.
And so I would imagine there are people that have had the pots and had issues, maybe not quite as serious as the case you were telling us about, but just think, I must have done something wrong when the pot, and they opened it and there was an issue. What would you want people to know if they have these pots, and especially if they've had similar situations?
Well, it shouldn't happen. Did the consumer do something wrong? Did they attempt to open it when it was under pressure? Well, they obviously did if it opened under pressure and they were burned. So If the contents come spewing out of the pot, then yeah, it was under pressure and they opened it. So did they do something wrong? I think not, because the product claims it cannot be opened when it is under pressure. Was it wrong to believe that it was not under pressure? Did they misread the digital display? Did they misread the mechanical float valve that goes up and down to indicate whether or not it's under pressure? That would be consumer by consumer, whether they did or didn't misread something. But even if they did misread it, it should not be able to be opened with normal force, just trying to open the lid. It shouldn't open if it's under pressure.
So it's supposed to be, the manufacturer says it's designed to take human error out of the mix there.
Correct. As designed, as claimed to be designed, any human error should be taken out of the equation, because by design, it is not supposed to physically be able to be opened under pressure.
If someone has one of these pots, George, and they've opened it and have been injured in some way, what is your recommendation? What should they do? What are the steps they should take?
Well, first of all, take care of your injury. Go to your doctor and take care of your burn, of course. After that, don't use the product ever again. You should contact the company and inform them immediately what happened. The company, in documents I have seen, in some instances requests that the product be returned. If you're going to bring a claim for your injuries, you want to have a lawsuit, you probably should not send the product back to the company. You should retain it. You can send the company photographs of what happened and explain to them what happened. But I would recommend that you keep the product. Don't use it again, and just preserve it for potential evidence.
Right, and then contact an attorney who is familiar with these sort of cases and has had experience in this area.
Yeah, you want to talk to an attorney that knows. You want to talk to an attorney that knows what we call complex product liability cases. This a case against a major manufacturer of a product that has sold, thousands, if not tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of products. They hire the best they can find for their defense counsel. So you want someone on your side of the case that has experience doing product liability cases, that it isn't their first trip down the road against a company that will aggressively defend its product. And you really ought to get somebody who has done these products before, understands them, understands what the documents are, what the physics and the mechanics are that allow this to happen.
And if somebody were wanting to contact you, they don't have to be in the state of Colorado to contact you in this example, right?
Oh, absolutely not. It's really just a coincidence that I have this case in Colorado. I do cases all over the country. In fact, I rarely have cases in my home state of Colorado, but I would take a product liability case in any state in the country.
Great. George, thank you for updating us on this case, and we will continue to follow along and get updates as we go along. Thank you for your time today.
Well, thanks for your continued interest in this product, Rob.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. My guest has been attorney George McLaughlin of the McLaughlin Law Firm in Denver. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the button at the bottom of the screen. And if you want the best information about pressure cooker risks, or you're ready to choose a lawyer that lawyers choose, please visit AskTheLawyers.com. Thanks for watching. I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com.